how can you more effectively manage your team? For a lot of business owners, they make a huge mistake, and it's the most common one that I see when they're starting to have a few team members. And it's this. They think that they are managing people, and they think they need to become better managers of people. People management is the key focus, when the truth is that is very far from the case. When you first get started, you actually want to be focusing on task management, not people management. Now, why do I say this? Unless your organization has a lot of layers where you have managers managing different teams of people, right? For a lot of entrepreneurs we work with, they're often the one at the top, and then they have team members beneath them. So what you want to be able to do is to start to manage tasks more effectively if you want your team to more effectively perform. And let me give you an example of a lady that's a client of ours. She runs a marketing agency, and she's hired her first employee, really excited. 2 months goes by, and she says, Ben, I think I've hired the wrong person. I don't think they're quite the right fit. I don't think we've done a really good job here. And I said, okay, well, talk to me about what's going on. So she basically helps manage a variety of people's different Instagrams. And she says, she's just not representing their voice. And I have to keep making all these small changes. She feels like I'm micromanaging, and we're just not getting on well. So I said, walk me through the process. Like, how do I know what to do if I was an employee of yours? So she walks me through her steps. And basically, it's a document that doesn't really have much information on. It's just the overview. So I say, well, is she doing this? She goes, yeah, but she's missing out on all the key details, like the different tones of voice and like how to share what we're doing with different people and the captions and the hashtags. So this is where we actually broke it down, and there wasn't any training or any real guidance on that. So what's happening is the following. There's miscommunication. As opposed to the employee knowing exactly what to do and can follow things crystal clear, what's happening is they're following from the overview what to do, but then they're getting frustrated when suddenly they're being corrected with things that they didn't know about. And as a manager, they're getting frustrated because they're not doing the things that they would expect them to know. So this is where creating a standard operating procedure is absolutely game-changing. Now, when our client actually implemented this, guess what? Suddenly the employee is performing really well. They're not going to fire them, and they're going to keep them. So what is the key to a standard operating procedure? Well, very simply, there's a 6-step process that I want to very quickly teach you to walk you through how to better create SOPs in your organization. Step 1, you need to externalize all the steps. So everything involved in creating this task or doing this element of your business, you need to write down everything that's involved. Step 2, you need to create a chronological list. Like, what is the order someone needs to follow through on it? Because this is just like a checklist that's very simple for someone to follow. Step 3, you got to test the SOP. Like, make sure it actually works, as opposed to just giving it to someone and hoping they can follow it. Step 4, you've got to clearly communicate it with your team. If they don't actually understand where the SOP is and use it, there's no point having it. So make sure that you haven't missed anything or lost anything in translation so they actually know what to do. Now, step 5, you have to keep the team accountable. There's no point creating something, leaving it there for 90 days and coming back and wondering why it's not being followed. This is the missing step for a lot of business owners. They delegate, there's no accountability, and then they become frustrated when they aren't getting the right results. So this is where you've got to be on top of your team and actually keep them accountable to help them to create and master the SOP checklist that you've done for them. And step 6, you've got to continually update your SOPs. There's no point doing it once. Things are going to change. The world is changing so fast now. You want to make sure that you are having a process to update these on a regular basis. The most important thing here is to be able to start creating SOPs in different parts of your organization to help your team stay on track. Going back to the beginning of this video, as I mentioned, you want to be able to not manage people, but manage tasks. SOPs is a tool that allows you to more effectively understand all the tasks that need to be done in your organization and keep people accountable and to keep you aware of actually what needs to be done to make that happen. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you've got any questions, and we look forward to seeing you next time.